Hi you guys, what's up? Today in this little class we're going to start with some somatic movement. So we'll start on the back and we'll want the mat eventually, but to begin with it's better to have no mat and either be on your wood floor or your carpet. So whatever you've kind of got that isn't sticky, because you kind of want to be able to just glide along the ground. So make your way onto your back. And when you land here, extend your legs long. Lift your shoulders just to broaden them. And the shoulders can sort of wrap upwards so that you can create space. Lift the chin and just land here for a couple of moments. And connect into your breath. And connecting into this stillness. And keeping the hands at the hips. Begin to rock yourself. The heels stay connected and you begin to flap your foot. It's almost like this is a defragmentation of the body. And putting all the pieces into their place. So just a gentle rocking. And let everything be loose. There shouldn't be too much effort, just a softness, an ease to this rocking. And then find stillness and feel. Connect into the heel rocking. And letting it sort of organize, compartmentalize all the parts. This action taps us into our parasympathetic nervous system. Notice your breath. Can you stay connected with your breath as you rock? And then find stillness and feel. And we'll move into this one more time. Heel rocking. And let the head sort of bobble. Notice the heaviness of your hips, of your legs, of your back. Maintaining a connection with your breath as you rock. A little shifting forward and back. And then release and pause. Slide your feet towards your sits bones, planting the foot to the mat, or to the ground, I should say. And we'll just begin to allow the knees to fall to one side, and then lift them back up, and let the knees fall to the other side. Notice the various tensions that you'll start to feel in the side belly, noticing that the one hip lifts as the knees knock down to the side. Again, maintaining your connection to your breath, noticing if there's anything catching along the way, and utilize your breath to soften these little hinges or little snags. Noticing if you're holding anywhere or if it feels tense, and allow it to soften. Okay, find some stillness. Lift up or press into the paw. Lift the hips up a little bit and just begin to tap your sacrum. Little tap, 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 tap. This shouldn't feel like a lot of effort. It's a very low tap, and you can even make some noise here, like Again, staying connected to your breath, and then release that and feel. Reach your arms wide to the side. Let your knees fall to the left side. Reach your right arm up towards your ear. Stretch into the right side body. Take a pause, take a breath here. And then let yourself land back, knees back through center, arms in a T shape, and feel. Let your knees fall to the right. Reach your left arm up towards your ear. Take a stretch, lengthen through the whole left side. And pause here, feel. Allow things to soften. Release the tension. And then slowly allowing yourself to land back. Knees lift, arms wide to the side. Knees land to the left. Right arm reaches up. Begin to curl over until you feel that lovely little stretch into the back, into the side. Moving a little further into this rotation. And then unwind nice and slow, letting the back land softly, little bit by little bit, to the ground. Open back up into neutral space. Take a pause, breathe. Knees land to the right. Left arm reaches up. Begin to wrap yourself, curling over. Feel that stretch, little twist into the side, lengthening into the left side body. And then unwind, nice and slow, melt the back down to the ground, coming back into that neutral space, arms wide, knees lifted. With your feet to the ground, take a couple of little rocks here. It's almost like a little push-pull with the foot, and it shouldn't feel anything too crazy or too effortful. It should feel relatively easy. gentle, soft. And then pause. Allow your knees to land to the left. Reach your right arm up. Sweep it all the way forward. Curl or take your left elbow in towards your ribs. Creeping all the way around. We're going to press ourselves up into a seat. Ninja chop seat. Let's lift the hips to tilt the pelvis and take a twist towards the right side. Left hand can connect anywhere that feels right. We're not cranking, we're just gently twisting the ribs. Find that lift through the torso. And then twist the opposite way, right hand to the left thigh, and twisting, lifting through the center line. And then extend your left arm long, rise into the right ribs to lay back down onto your side. Right arm reaches up, and then back into that neutral space, arms wide, knees lifted. Knees fall to the right. Left arm reaches up, wraps over top of your head. The right elbow curls in or tucks in towards the ribs. Curling all the way around, press up into your seat. And twist towards the left. Right hand can connect to the thigh if that feels right. Lengthen through the torso, lift the chin. And then we'll twist the opposite way. Lifting, opening. And then extend your right arm, let it slide long. Rise into the left ribs to find lightness as you lower down. The left arm sweeps up and then wraps around, bringing yourself back into this neutral space. Let's do that one more time. Let the knees drop to the left. Right arm reaches up, left elbow snugs in. Press yourself all the way up into a twist to the right. Lift the chin, lengthen through the torso. We'll twist the opposite way. Right hand to left thigh or knee. Lift into the openness of this twist. Breathe. Slide your left fist long, rise into the right ribs as you lower back down. Peel it back open into your neutral space, arms wide, feet connected, knees lifted. Knees land to the right. Left arm sweeps up, right elbow snugs in. Press yourself all the way up. Move your way into a twist. Right hand to left thigh. Lift length through the torso. And then we'll twist back, facing behind us, twisting with the ribs, lengthening through the torso. Extend your right arm long, rise into the left ribs, lower down. Left arm reaches up to spin back into your T-shaped neutral space. Take a pause and feel. Re-extend your legs long. Take a couple of little rocks with your heels. Okay. Bend into your right knee. Slide the foot into place to the mat. And just begin to wash it side to side. Little mobility into the hip. Just notice how it feels as it moves side to side. Notice if it tries to hold in any crazy ways. Inviting your breath to soften the movements and just to move with awareness and presence. Okay, the next time the right knee sort of lands, kind of trying to cross over top of the left thigh, we'll leave it here. We're going to press into the right foot to lift the hip. You start to get this stretch into the belly and the lifted hip away from the ground. Reach your right arm up towards your ear a little bit. Yeah, and then press, press, press. Let your right knee land towards the left and extend your right leg long. You're sort of in this like twisted star shape. You can reach the arms up, stretch into the belly. Take a pause here, soften your shoulders, breathe into the twisted stretch through the fascial connections. These diagonal lines of integrity and tension, reaching, stretching, opening. And then rebend through your right knee and bring it all the way back. Extend your leg long, making your way back into a neutral space. The left foot can bend the knee and place the foot to the ground. Begin to wash the knee side to side and just sort of being aware and present with the motion. Noticing if you get any little hinges or any little tightness or restrictions anywhere. And the next time the left knee lands kind of over top of the right thigh, use the left foot, press it into the mat to lift the hip up. You start to get a beautiful stretch. The left arm can reach up towards your ear. Even the right arm can begin to stretch up a little bit. So you start to stretch into the belly. Continue to evolve this. Let the left knee land towards the right. And then extend your left leg long. Stretch to twist into this openness. The belly is lengthening. Breathe. And feel these diagonal stretches through the fascial connectivity of the belly, of the sides, of the arms and the legs. Unwind. And place your left foot back down. Land here, feel. Bend your knees and take your hands, connect them. Cupping the knees, let the knees pull heavy and take a couple of little rocks side to side. And lift the knees into the air at a 90 degree. Reach your arms high into the sky. We'll take some active twist knees halfway to the right, arms halfway to the left. Stretch, press, reach long. Lengthen into the belly. Lift the chin, open. Bring it back through center, knees to the left, arms to the right. Big stretch, press, reach to open. Back through center, knees to the right, arms to the left, stretch, open. Back center, knees to the left, Arms to the right, reach, open. Back through center, knees to the right, arms to the left, reaching, opening. Imagine like you're trying to kick a heavy box away, reaching to feel the stretch, length, and tone into the belly. Back center, knees to the left, arms to the right, last time. Stretch, press, reach, lengthen, take your breath, bring it to the space that feels tight. And then bring it back through center. Connect your feet to the mat, bring your fingertips above your head, wash your knees side to side. Okay, land your feet, lift your hips, shift them to the right, extend your left arm, lie onto your side, press yourself up, and then connect into your mat. So hopefully you have a mat somewhere hanging close by. Cool. So make your way into all fours, hands and knees. The wrists ahead of the shoulders, elbows externally rotating wide, the heart full by pressing the mat away, crown reaches. The top of the foot presses down, gently dragging back, and begin to glide your ribs side to side, move slow. Hips slide back, creep into the side body. Inviting your breath to carry you through these movements so that you don't stop breathing. Keep on breathing as you move and let it be sort of like the guide that takes you on the adventure of your movement. Finding little tucks of the chin in as you widen into the ribs. Inviting that full expression to the heart space, into the belly. Okay. Press down the mat, broaden through the back. And tuck your toes, lift your knees, rise up, hands and feet. Walk your feet as wide as the hips. Bend into your knees, slide your hips back wide and high. Really connect into your paw, resist the paw down and out to the side. Feel your glutes recruit, feel the pelvic floor widen. Little bit of a snuggle with the toes, especially the big toe, button press down, gentle drag back. Carry your heart forward, press down the mat. Little bends and extends, bend, root the hips wide, extend through the back line of the leg, and then carry your heart forward, press down the mat. Bend, root your hips wide and high, resist your paws down and out to the side, carry your heart forward. Feel your armpits hollow as you press down the mat. Keep going, just sort of exploring the connectivity through your body. Can you feel the engagement? Externally rotate your right hand, toes and knees twist to the left. Knees bend, hips root wide, rise, open into the left side. Find a couple of pulses here, moving slow. Thinking about connecting the paw to root the hips back, root wide. Let the belly lengthen, arc up and over into your left side, rainbow style. Imagine your head pouring this gold rainbow out the top. Lifted chin, open throat. One more big pulse here. Deep bend into the knees, lower your right hip down to the mat. We'll take the left foot forward of the right thigh. Left fingertips land to the left side of the mat. Working into some push-pulls here. Right hand pushes away. Left fingertips drag back as you slide back, curl in. And then let your belly lengthen as you reach forward. Open up. Press the mat away and drag left fingertips back, curl in. Resist ankle into the thigh, connect up, and then open it back up. Press the mat, drag fingertips back, curl in. And then peel it back open. Walk your hands back, back, back. We're going to take this left shin, stack it on top of the right. Catch your bum, pull the flesh, widen. If this is too intense, you can always unlink your ankle or sit on a little blanket. And so the first stop is just landing here. You might feel a lot. If it feels too crunchy in the knee, definitely unwind a little bit, soften. Otherwise, here is a space to stay. We can tent the fingertips forward. We feel this like hinging at the hips, rooting the, or working with that anterior tilt of the pelvis so that the butt widens as we hinge forward. You're welcome to walk this forward any amount into a full fold if that feels nourishing to you. Again, bring your breath into this space and see if you can let go. And take one more breath here. Walk your hands back. And come back out the way we came in a little bit, except you can just place your left foot in front of the shin instead of in front of the thigh. The hands can walk their way back forward. Press into the left foot to lift back up, twist back, hands and feet. The feet as wide as your hips. Nice deep bends into the knees, little wash. Glide your hips side to side. And find some stillness. Bend the knees, externally rotate your left hand, toes and knees twist to the right. Knees bend forward, hips slide back wide, rise, lift, lengthen, open into the right side. Take some slow pulses here, opening. Chin is lifted, crown is reaching, almost like it's pouring this like gold. Rainbow style gold. Hips root back, belly soft, long, rise into the space underneath of the right armpit. Lift up, peel open, take one more pulse. Deep bends into the knees, lower the left hip down to the mat. The right foot can land forward of the left thigh. Right fingertips to the right side of the mat. Now work into some push-pulls here. Left hand pushes away as the right fingertips drag back, slide back, curl in. You'll feel this beautiful stretch into the back. And then peel it back open, let your belly lengthen, lift your chin. Kind of like a little mermaid. And then press the mat away, drag right fingertips back, curl in. And open up, lengthen through the belly. Lift the chin. One more, curl in. And open it up. Walk your hands back. And cross your right shin over top of the left. Can connect your hands to your bum, pull the flesh out. Again, if you need a little block or a pillow underneath of your bum, or if you need to loosen this up, take the right shin forward. Make this work for you. And the first place we can land is just a lifted seat, hands to the knees, rising through the torso upwards. If you have space, you're welcome to tent your fingers forward and thinking of that hinge at the hips rooting back as the belly begins to creep forward. There is opportunity and space, if you feel, if you have it, to walk all the way forward into a fold. Make this your own. Take it to the place that feels the most nourishing and lovely for you. Working with kindness as your guide. Not competing against anybody, and especially not competing against yourself. And where you feel any tension, invite your breath to soften. I love to sway in places, especially places that have me feeling. So sometimes a little bit of a rocking can really, I don't know, help the situation out. Deep breaths. Walk yourself back up if you're folded. We'll unwind the legs. Place your right foot forward of your shin or ankle. Walk your hands back forward. Press into your right foot to lift yourself up. Twist back, hands and feet. And take a couple of deep bends, hips high, and pulse your heart forward. Deep bends, hips root high, root wide, and pulse forward. Okay. Lower the knees down to the mat. We'll take a couple of undulations of the spine, slide back, slide wide, and then ripple forward. Hips pull back, feel length and tone through the belly. And wrap forward, curl in. Chin to chest, rounding through the upper back. Find some stillness. Right hand threads underneath of the left. Thread the needle, let your right head land to the mat. Keep your left hand planted right here where it is. You can use your left hand to gently press the mat away to broaden through the back. Land here for a couple of breaths. Holding yourself steady with your left hand, lift or shift your weight to the right side just a little bit so that you can lift up your left knee and shift your left foot out to the left side. So you can keep a bend into your knee, and it doesn't have to go like super out to the side. If you have the space, you can try and catch your foot with your hand. You can play into this a little bit, little pulses, bends, rooting the hip back. Wherever you are, keep that connection of the foot to the ground. And we're going to lift up the right foot. So the right foot picks up off of the mat. We're going to just hinge at the knee to shift the foot to the middle of the mat. Now use your left hand, push yourself away from the mat so that you can sit back and extend through your left leg. So you should have the right foot snuggling into the inside edge of your left thigh. And we'll take the left heel, dig down, drag back, connect into the back line of the leg. Fingertips can land on either side of the extended leg. You can resist your fingertips back towards your hips to bring this presence into the armpit, into the back. Lift the chin. And so the first option stays here. The second option can find a fold. And just allowing yourself to melt. If you have the space, hands can reach forward, moving into any place that sort of feels, again, nourishing, kind, loving. You're also welcome to move into a wave, so allowing the belly to melt towards your thigh, and then curling back, chin into the chest. Belly melts. And curl it back. And working with this wave of the spine. Okay. Lift all the way up if you're folded down. We'll take first stop, left hand to the inside edge of your left thigh. Right arm reaches up high and arcs up and over towards the left leg. Think about lifting into your right ribs and soften the shoulder away from your ear. Second stop can land the forearm down to the mat and continue to reach arm towards the toes. Again, soften the shoulder away from the ear, lift the chin and open the throat. Third stop, left hand to right knee. Use that as a support as you arc all the way up and over. Maybe you connect your right hand to your foot and peel open into a spiral. You can use your hand on the top of the foot, press your foot away to deepen the stretch. Or to the paw of the foot, kick your paw into your hand. Both of them are good stretches. One is resisting and one is pulling. Or one is pushing and one is pulling, and I guess both are resisting. Okay, release and rise. Take a pause. We'll bring the right foot to the mat. Connect into the left heel, dig down, drag back. Reach your arms forward, lift into your heart. It's like a little lever. We're gonna make sure that we keep this heel digging down, dragging back. Hold the connectivity into the back lane of the leg. Little shift to lift. Arms forward, chin lifted, heart full. Shift to lift. Left heel digs down, drags back one more time. Lift, shift to lift. Okay, walk your hands forward. We're gonna take this left leg up. So open leg. Option to keep two hands planted down, fill into the heart. Option to lighten the left fingertips by rising into the left ribs. I want you to check into the right knee, resist it wide towards the right side. Root your right femur back into the hip socket. Take a couple of petals here. Each petal, think about rooting right femur back into the hip socket. Notice your right elbow, micro bend. With the right hand, you can imagine yourself turning on a cap inwards or twisting a jar on. Okay, find some stillness with your petal. Eyes to the right side, eyes to the left side of the mat. Step your left foot to the left side of the mat. Lower your right knee down. Untuck the right toes. Take a couple of pulses forward and back. You're welcome to invite a block into this space. You can keep your paw connected. You're welcome to go all the way back onto the heel. You could even let the knee go wide, keeping connect into the ankle. You can go way forward, way back. Okay. Release the block. Hands down to the mat. Tuck your right toes, lift your knee, and step your left foot back. Little petals of the heels. And shift your hips side to side, little weave, little wind. Externally rotate your right hand, toes and knees twist left. Bend, root back, root wide, rise into the left side. Lift the chin, open the throat, let the belly be soft, long as you rise, open. Back through center. A couple of pulses, hips high, wide, reach your heart forward. Externally rotate the left hand, toes and knees twist to the right. Knees bend forward, hips root wide, rise, lift, open into the right side. A little bit of a rinse out, hips root wide, let the belly soften, rise into your right side, chin lifted, throat open. Move back through center. Lower the knees down to the mat. Take some barrel rolls, big circular motions of the rib cage. Let your head participate so that the head moves in opposition with the ribs. And switch your circle opposite way. find some stillness. Pressing the mat nice and strong. We'll take the left hand, thread underneath of the right, thread the needle, land your left side of the head to the mat. Right hand can stay connected here. You can even use that hand to gently press the mat away to feel a broadening in the back. Let yourself land here, breathe. Begin to shift your weight into the left side. And pick up your right knee. And then we'll just take that right foot out to the right side. You can plant the paw. The knee can stay bent. Root your hips back and wide. If you have the space, you're welcome to play with creeping your toes towards your hand. Again, there's opportunity to work into some bends, some rooting of the hips back. A little bit of awkward exploration of movement here, but I like it. I'm always sort of playing into that curious explorer of your body, of your potential. Okay. Leaving the right paw landed, we're going to pick up the left foot. The left foot leaves the mat. And we're going to hinge at the knee just to shift the foot towards the middle of the mat a little bit. And take your right hand, press down the mat so that you can sit your butt back. Right leg is extended. And the left heel is to the inside edge of the right thigh. I'm going to use the heel, press down, drag back to extend into the back line of the leg. Fingertips can land to frame the extended leg. You can use them to drag back. Feel this hollowing in the armpit. Chin is lifted, and throat is open. So this is your more active position, where we're holding the alignment of our spine, the length through the belly. We're using our heel to keep connection, digging down and dragging back into the back line of the leg. You're welcome to make this more passive, folding forward to any space that feels good for you. Full fold is welcome. And you're also welcome to kind of make a combination. It's a little bit more active, where we create a wave, allowing the belly to melt towards the thigh and then curl back, chin in. Using your breath to guide your movement, and just noticing where you end up feeling more or less. Okay, we'll rise up. If you're folded, lifting all the way up. First stop, right hand connects to the inside edge of the right thigh. Left arm reaches way up high, stretch up, and then arc up and over towards your extended leg. Think about rising into your left ribs and soften the shoulder away from your ear. The third, fast forward to third stop. The second stop, we'll take the forearm down to the mat. This will take it quite a bit deeper right away. So thinking about lifting that lightness into the left ribs and reaching the arm up and over towards your toes. Again, soften the shoulder away from the ear, lift the chin. The third stop, take the hand, right hand to left knee, allowing a deeper stretch, Maybe your left hand connects to your toes. And notice the difference here, because my sides feel quite different. And so just honoring that it's possible that one side is not the same as the other. And so what you did on one side might be different than what you can or will experience on this side. We want to feel a lifting into the left ribs and a spiraling of the right ribs up, out and up. One more full breath in. And then release your knee if you've caught it. Let yourself lift up and take a pause here. Breathe. Okay, we'll plant the left paw to the mat. Use your right heel, dig down, drag back. We're going to use this foot as a little bit of a lever. Arms reach forward, heart stays lifted, chin is lifted. We're going to shift to lift. And then drop your butt back down. The right heel digs down, drags back, arms wide, chin lifted, shift to lift. I'm going to keep connection into your right back line of the leg. So digging the heel down, dragging back as you shift to lift. Okay, walk your hands forward. Shifting the weight into the left foot, right leg lifts, open leg to the side. Okay, first stop, 2 hands planted strong, pressing the mat away, broadening through the back. Second stop, shifts even, roots the left femur back higher and wider. Rise into the right ribs, light and into the right fingertips. Sticky pedal, whether your hand is planted down or fingertips are connected. I'm going to keep thinking about rooting the left femur back wide, hips back wide, belly soft and long, rising into the right ribs. Holding that full expansion, all sides of the ribs wide, chin lifted, throat open. Left knee resisting wide towards the left side. Keep connecting into your glutes. One more pedal. Okay, eyes to the right side of the mat. Step your right foot to the right side of the mat. Lower the left knee down. Option to connect into the block. So the left toes untuck, press the top of the foot down, and just begin to explore movement here. So I love to work with pressing my right paw down, dragging back, letting my hips slide back and forth, and exploring what's available here. So you can slide back onto the heel. You're welcome to let the knee move wide, connect it into the ankle, maybe pulse way forward. Just sort of exploring what's available. Always welcome to connect your hand to your bum. I didn't offer that on the other side, but it's really good all the time. Okay. Plant your hands down to the mat and tuck your left toes, lift your knee, and step your right foot back. And take a couple of little bends and extends or shifts of your hips. Okay, externally rotate your right hand, toes and knees twist left. Knees forward, hips root wide, rise, open into the left side. And deep bend, lower your right hip down to the mat. Left hand to support as the right arm stretches long. Allow your left knee to fall forward of your right. Reach your arms ahead of your heart and spin your heart open. You're welcome to just make a T if you have the space. If you don't, left fingertips can land above your head, elbows to the sky. Option for a bind, right hand to the outside edge of your left thigh. And extend your right arm long. We're going to roll the heart to face forward. 2 forearms forward. Keep your legs like they are. The elbows land just ahead of the shoulders. Tuck your chin in. Press the mat away with your forearms. Broaden into the back and then lift your chin. Hold that inflation. Can play into an ever so subtle resistance of your elbows back towards your hips. So you feel this subtle, I don't know, it's like a little bit of a squirming forward and back. Feeling this lengthening into the psoas, into the belly. Okay. Hands plant. And tuck your left toes. Pick your butt up. Spin back, hands and feet. Couple of pulses forward and back. Externally rotate the left hand, toes and knees twist right. Bend the knees, root your hips wide, rise, open into the side. Big breathing connected with your movements. Deep bend into the knees, lower your hip down to the mat. Right hand supports as you extend your left arm long to the top right corner of the mat. Let your right knee land ahead of your left. Reach your arms ahead of your heart to spiral your heart open. You're welcome to open into a big star shape. If that doesn't feel okay for you, the next kind of space, fingertips land above your head, elbow to the sky, and maybe you like a bind, left hand to the outside edge of your right thigh. Lift your chin. Extend your left arm up and spin your heart forward so that you can take 2 forearms forward. Elbows land just ahead of the shoulders. Press your forearms into the mat, curl your chin into your chest. Feel full broadening through the back. Hold that fullness on the back of your heart. Lift your chin. Can find that little subtle tug of war. Elbows drag back towards the hips. You feel this tensing and toning through the belly into the psoas. Okay, support yourself so that you can extend your left arm to the top right corner of the mat. You're going to transition all the way onto the back. Shift to the center of the mat. Touch your hands to your knees. Let your knees pull heavy. And take a couple of little rocks side to side. The chin is lifted. Land your feet down and interlace your hands behind the right thigh. Let your thigh pull heavy so the arms pull long, the shoulder blades are broad, and extend your heel towards the sky. The heel lifting upwards as the femur roots down, maintaining the alignment of the spine, lumbar in its natural curve. Soften the toes towards your nose, creating a little pocket in your paw. Guide your knee down towards your shoulder. Option 1 stays here. Option 2 connects right hand to the outside edge of the right foot and guides the knee further down towards the shoulder. If you have space, you're welcome to kick wide your right foot wide to the right side, moving with sensitivity and kindness. Little gas pedal action, paw into the hand. Keep your connectivity. And then place your foot back down. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. Let your thigh pull heavy away from you so the arms pull long and the shoulder blades are broad. Extend your heel up towards your sky. Feel the heel lift up as the femur roots down. The toes soften towards your nose, creating this little pocket in the paw. And breathe into any tension. Noticing that the spine is still aligned. We still have an anterior tilt of the pelvis and the belly is remaining long, lower lumbar lifted. And guide the knee down towards your left shoulder. Option to stay here. Option to connect your left hand to the outside edge of your left foot and bringing the knee a little closer down towards the shoulder if you have the space. And if it feels nice, you're welcome to extend your left leg wide towards the left side. Little pulses. You can use your gas pedal action, paw into the foot to maintain strong engagement, strong connections. And then release your foot down. 2 feet to the ground, hands to your hips. Let your knees wash side to side. And reach your arms above your head and stretch your feet away from you. Stretch into the belly. Lift your chin like a shooting star, all sides. Reaching to stretch long, 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 long. And then release. Land heavy here. Let yourself just be. Move into your breath. If you'd prefer your arms, you can give yourself a hug. And let the arms be a little lower if that feels right. Connect into a heel rock. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then release. Invite stillness. Connect into your breath and land heavy here. Thank you for practicing. I love you. Stay for as long as you have. Please rest. Namaste.